Welcome to today's practice, starting in wide leg child's pose. So take the knees mat width, keep the toes touching, and then bringing the hands forward. Slowly start to walk the hands down, in front, extending out, so stretching through the back, dropping the belly down. It might be you can lower the elbows down and then bring the chin towards the chest. It might be you can take the hands further and bring the forehead down towards the floor. Closing the eyes, turn the senses in, bringing yourself into your body, and then starting to lengthen both the inhale and the exhale. Initiating breath control, which helps to start to make us turn inwards and think about how the physical body feels, and also how the mind feels. Finding that connection through the breath. Think of the breath being like the bridge between the body and the mind. As we start to slow the thoughts down, we can start to bring more focus into our physical body. We can really start to pay attention. Taking a couple more breaths here. And then with the inhale, lift the head. Slowly just walk the hands back up just a little bit. Let's take a twist either side. Bring the hands to the center. Right arm reaches out to the right and twist open to the right as far as feels comfortable. Floating that arm behind. Maybe taking the gaze down towards the floor. And then exhale, release the right hand down. Inhale, press down through the right hand. Start to lengthen the left arm behind. Opening as far as feels comfortable, finding that twist. Maybe take the gaze down towards the floor, release the neck. And then release the left hand down. Bringing ourselves up to hands and knees, nice and slowly. Draw the knees in, knees under hips, hands underneath the shoulders. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Rolling through a couple of rounds of cat-cow, but nice and slowly, with real focus on the three parts of the spine. With the inhale, very gently start to dip the belly, nice and slowly, lengthening through the chest, and then lifting the gaze up. Exhale, start to draw the chin towards the chest, push out through the bottom, lengthen the lower back. Think about then curving the mid-spine towards the ceiling, and then pressing the top of the spine up towards the ceiling, draw the chin towards the chest, taking the gaze through the legs. One more round, inhale, slowly. Start to bring the head forward, lengthen the spine, and then start to dip the belly down very gently. Drop the front ribs down, expand through the chest, take the gaze up, and then coming back into cat pose. Start to draw the head in, chin to chest, push out through the bottom, then push the lower spine up, mid spine up, press through the floor with the hands, really push the top of the spine to the ceiling, chin to chest, and then finding neutral spine somewhere between the two. Tucking the toes under, lift the knees off the floor an inch or two, and then swivel from side to side. Drop the hips to the right, then to the left. So notice warming the core up, warming the sides of the body. Keeping that breath super strong. Taking a couple more rounds each side, building strength and heat. And then bringing the knees back down to the floor, untuck the toes. Come into cow pose, gently dip the belly and send the gaze up. And then coming back to neutral spine, drawing navel to spine, tucking the toes, extending through the crown of the head, and then hovering the knees off the floor again. Extend the right leg behind, keep the left leg where it is. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, bring the foot back down, knees down. Come into cat pose this time. Push the spine to ceiling, chin to chest. And take the bottom down towards the heels of the feet as if coming for child's pose. Take a full breath in. and out. Inhale, lift back up to hands and knees, shoulders over wrists, tuck the toes under, lift the knees off the floor an inch or two. Then extend the left leg behind, push out through the heel. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, left knee, left elbow, and extend. Bring the foot back down, knees down. And then drop the bottom towards the heels of the feet and keep the chest nice and long. Push the floor away through the hands. Draw the chin towards the chest. Full breath in and out. Inhale, lift back up and then come down onto the forearms, nice and slowly. Wrists in line with the forearms and then extending the legs behind so we come into forearm plank. Breath is strong and steady. Option to drop the knees here if that feels more appropriate. Keeping that breath super strong. Then we're going to come lift onto the right arm, straighten the right arm. Keep the hips square to the ground. And then right hand down, lift onto the left hand. And then left hand down. And again, 2 more each side. Straighten the right arm. Bring it down. Straighten the left arm. Bring it down. Last time, right arm. Bring it down. Left arm. And bring it down. And then drop the knees and the belly down to floor nice and slowly. Coming into Sphinx pose. Elbows under shoulders. Draw the floor back towards you and lift through the chest. You can always extend the arms further forward and lower the chest down if it's too much of a back bend. So take the option that suits your body, keeping that breath super strong. And then slowly tuck the toes under, lift it all the way back up and draw the hands back nice and slowly. Active child's pose. Keep the toes tucked, bring the forehead down. Spread the hands out in front. Inhale, look forward, lift it all the way back to downward facing dog. Separate the feet hip width and very gently start to pedal out the legs either side, nice and slowly. Breath is strong and steady. And then bringing the knees down to the floor, wrists under shoulders. We're going to extend and open the right knee in line with the right hip and then draw that foot outside the right hands. Maybe take the knee back a little bit. Drop down in the hips for lizard lunge. So staying nice and low here, lifting the chest. You might even want to come onto the outside of that right foot, okay? Notice the sensations you feel. See what the best alternative for you is. And then again here, you might want to drop down onto the right arm. You might want to drop down onto the left arm. Or maybe both elbows. Keeping that breath super strong. Maybe even tuck the back toes, lift the back knee off the floor for a little bit more fire. Keep lengthening through the sides of the body. Keep the back knee down if you prefer. Breath is strong and steady. And then if you have a knee lifted, release it down. Untuck the toes. Bring the hands back up. Hold it here for an extra breath. And then tuck the back toes. Push it back and sweep that right foot back. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Extend left knee out to side in line with hip and then circle that leg round outside of the left hand. Dropping the hips forward, maybe even lift up onto fingers so you're sinking down through the hips, lifting the chest. And you can come onto the outer edge of that left foot if it feels more appropriate, getting into the hip a little bit more, or you can keep the foot down and just work on maybe turn the toes out a little bit. Keeping the breath super strong. You might want to drop down onto the right elbow. Maybe even bring both elbows down. So coming down to the left elbow as well. Keep lengthening through both sides of the body. Maybe tuck the back toes, lift the back knee off the floor. Keeping that breath super strong. You can keep that back knee down if you prefer. And keep lengthening through both sides of the body. Breath is strong and steady. One more breath in. Exhale, release the knee down if it's lifted. Bring yourself back up onto your hands. Lift and lengthen again here. And then start to push back, draw that left leg back. Hands down, wrists in front of shoulders, spread the fingers wide, tuck the toes. Lift it up into downward facing dog. Pedal out those legs. Nice and slowly. Taking your time. Walk the hands forward towards the front of the mat. Feet are separated hip width. Slowly soften the knees, chest onto thighs. Take opposite elbows. With the weight of those arms, very gently sway from side to side. Notice where the weight is in the feet. Try not to let it be just in the heels. Roll into the outer edges, the balls of the feet. Really liven the feet up. Release the hands down. Lengthen to flat back, fingertips to floor or hands onto the hips. Extend through the chest. And then with the inhale, lift all the way up to standing. Lift and roll the shoulders down the back. Finding mountain pose at the front of the mat. Pressing down through the feet, lengthening. Softening through the shoulders, looking over the right shoulder. Looking back to center, looking over the left shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale. Bottom down. Chest is coming forward, coming into chair pose. Keep that breath super strong. Then we're going to flow the right arm back behind, twisted chair. Take the right arm back as far as you can, and then take the gaze forward. Breath is strong and steady. Taking a big step back with that left foot. Coming into that twist, moving into that twist. Keep the gaze forward, press out through that back heel. And then release the left hand down to the floor. Maybe take the back foot away. Spiral that right arm up and over. Maybe even releasing the arm onto the lower back. Roll the shoulder back a little bit more. Right hand down. Step that right foot back to three-legged dog. Lift it all the way up. Press the left heel down. And then exhale, foot through between the hands. Pivot the back foot down, warrior two with the feet. And then windmill the hands all the way up. Setting up here for warrior two. Sweeping the arms out to the sides. Bringing the left hand onto the hip. Right arm comes up as we reverse the warrior. Draw that right arm back. And then right hand onto the right knee. Left arm comes up and sweeps over the top of the body. Keep the chest open, one more each side. Left hand on hip. Roll the right arm up and take it back. And then right hand on knee. Left arm comes up and stretch it over. Inhale, lift all the way back up. Let's turn the right toes in, move to the left. Left toes face towards the back of the mat, set up for warrior two. Sink down into the legs, float the arms up. Breath is strong and steady, sink a little bit lower if you can. And then right arm on right hip, left arm comes up and sweeps over to the back body. Inhale, left hand on left knee and draw the right arm up. So really feel the stretch through both sides of the body. Don't lower too low. One more. Right hand on right hip. Left arm comes up and sweeps towards the back of the body. Left hand on knee. Sweep the right arm up and over. Keep the length through both sides of the body. Take the gaze wherever feels comfortable. Then come all the way back up. Open the arms, warrior two. Turn the left toes in. Hands on hips. Set nice and tall. Root down through the outer edges of the feet. Soften the knees. Sweep the arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Push out through the hands. Push out through the bottom, backs of the thighs. As though you're pressing a wall away in front. If it's too much to have the arms out, send them out to the side. Okay? If the arms are out, push forward, one more breath. And then release the hands down to the floor as you fold forward. Keeping the breath super strong. Maybe even work the elbows down towards the floor. Working that fold as far as feels comfortable. Breath is strong and steady. 2 more breaths here. Lengthening through the top of the spine. keeping the weight in the balls as well as the heels of the feet. Lift and lengthen to flat back. Start to pivot the feet back towards the front of the mat, hands either side of the right foot. Step it back to downward facing dog. Then we're sweeping that left foot up for three-legged dog on the left side. Breath is strong and steady. Press the right heel down. And then releasing the left foot down. Roll forward to plank. With the exhale, drop the knees or lower all the way down towards the floor without dropping. Lift the chest, lift the feet off the floor, coming into locust, float the arms off the floor. Keep that neck nice and long. Take the legs a little bit wider, keep them off the floor. Maybe take the hands out, like creating a star shape with the body. Then draw the arms back in, bring the feet together, hands down, lift it to hands and knees. Exhale, downward facing dog, full breath out. Inhale, sweep the right leg behind, three-legged dog. Exhale, foot through between the hands, pivot the back foot down, rise up in warrior two again here, reaching through the fingers, sink low, and then float the arms up for each of the sides of the body. Exhale, reverse the warrior, tip back over that left leg, keep the arms lifted. Exhale, making your way through over that right leg. Extended side angle, but keeping the arms lifted. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, reverse the warrior. Inhale, center. Exhale, extended side angle. Keep lifting through the sides of the body. And then look down towards the floor. Pivot onto the heel, ball of the back foot, hands down. Step it back to three-legged dog. Lift that right leg up. And then bring that foot down towards the floor. Roll forward to plank. Lowering with the exhale. Coming into locust. Lift the feet off the floor. Lift the arms off the floor. If it's okay, maybe extend the arms forward. Make sure the back feels safe. Draw the arms back in line with shoulders. Tuck the toes. Lift it to hands and knees. Downward facing dog with the exhale. Full breath out. Float the left leg behind. Sweep it up. Press the right heel down towards the floor. Exhale. Foot through between the hands. Pivot the back foot down. Rise up into warrior two. Reach through the sides of the body. And then float the arms up. Stretching out through the side of the body. Exhale, reverse the warrior. Drop down over that right side. Inhale, center. Exhale, drop down towards the left leg. Keep the chest lifted. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, dip to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, dip to the left. Take the gaze down. Pivot onto the ball of the back foot. Bring the hands down. And then float that left foot back, three-legged dog. Bring the left foot down. Roll forward to plank. Lowering towards the floor. Untuck the toes. Lift into locust. Pressing down through the hips. Feet off the floor. Maybe lift the hands off. Maybe extend the arms forward. Breath is strong and steady. Bringing the fingertips in line with shoulders. Rest the feet down. Tuck the toes. Lift it to hands and knees. Downward facing dog with the exhale. Full breath out. Final standing flow. Lift and lengthen. Right leg behind. Exhale, knee to nose. Shift the weight forward. Push the spine to the ceiling. And then draw that foot all the way through between the hands. Keeping that breath strong and steady. Spiral the back foot down. Sweep the left arm up and over. Extended side angle. You can bring the hand onto the ankle if you prefer, or rest it on the front of that thigh. Keeping strong and steady with the breath. One more breath in. Exhale, release the hands down inside the right leg. And just walk the hands off 45 degrees off the mat. Stretch out through the hands. Press the floor away as you push the bottom back. Extend strongly through that back leg. Push the right knee back. Lower the head down. One more breath here. And then slowly walk the hands back, hands either side of the front foot. Step it back to downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward to plank. Transitioning with the exhale, dropping the knees or coming all the way down. Moving into locust, arms down by the side or extended out to front. Bring the hands down, lift it to hands and knees. Downward facing dog with the exhale. Full breath out. Extend the left leg behind, float it up. Press the right heel down, stretch through both sides of the body. Exhale, knee to nose, push the spine towards the ceiling. Draw that foot through between the hands, pivot the back foot down, extended side angle. Sweep the right arm up and over, lengthen through both sides of the body. You can have the hand on the front of the ankle or bring the arm down onto the leg. Whichever option suits the body, keeping the breath strong and steady. Push down through that back foot. And then bring the hands inside that left foot. And walk the hands off the mat to the front about 45 degrees. Push out through the bottom, lower the chest down, press down through the hands. Push the left knee back. And almost feel like you're squeezing the front heel and the back arch together. Keeping engaged through the legs. Slowly walking the hands back onto the mat. Pivot onto the ball of the back foot. Step it back to downward facing dog. Roll forward to plank with the inhale. And transition to the floor with the exhale. Drop the knees if you need to. Coming into locust. Maybe lift the arms out in front, lift the legs, or keep the arms down by the side. Maybe even interlace the hands behind the back, draw the shoulder blades together. Exhale. Take it back into child's pose. Full breath out. Forehead down. Resting here. Settling down through the breath. Two more breaths. Inhale, lift the gaze, look forward. Exhale. Propel yourself back to modified plank. Lift the knees off the floor, full plank pose. Exhale. Slowly lower down to the floor for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Make a pillow with the hand. Rest the forehead down. Then with the inhale, press down through the hips. Lift the legs off the floor. The thighs, the hips, the legs. And just start to circle the legs. Little circular motions with the legs, pressing down through the hips. And then reverse the circles, go the opposite way. Building strength in the spine. And then release the legs down. Forehead down, breath in. And out. Extend the arms forward. Press down through the hips, keep the feet on the floor. Lift the arms out in front. Keep the neck nice and long. Press a little bit further down through the hips. Lengthen and strengthen through the sides of the body. One more breath in. And out. Release the hands down. Make a pillow. Soften down for a breath. Extend the arms forward. I'm going to seesaw that movement now. So with the inhale, press down through the hips, lift the arms off the floor. Exhale, bring the arms down, lift the legs. Lifting the arms, then the legs. So just moving with your breath here. Strengthening through the spine. Rest the hands down, forehead down. And then slowly turn the body over. So we come to rest on our backs. Bring the feet to the floor to begin with. Take a moment here, take a deep breath in. And out. Extend the legs down. Take the arms overhead. With the inhale, press down through the buttock, lift the chest and lift the feet off the floor. And then rock over to the right, back to center, rock to the left. and center. Rock to the right and center. Rock to the left and center. Bring the soles of the feet together, knees apart, and bring the hands behind the head. So hands in butterfly, the same as the legs. Release the breath out through the mouth. Take an inhale, full exhale. Next inhale, we're going to bring right elbow, left knee together at the center. Exhale, release. Inhale, left elbow, right knee, and release. Right elbow, left knee, and release. Left elbow, right knee, and release. And again, right elbow, left knee, and release. Left elbow, right knee, and release. One more each side. Right elbow, left knee, and release. Left elbow, right knee, and release. Hold it here, pressing down, and then lifting the top of the back off the floor. Carrying the weight of the head with the hands. Lift the heels off the floor if this feels appropriate. Exhale, extend the right leg out. Inhale, center. Exhale, left leg and center. Keep moving one leg at a time, or maybe both legs at a time, and draw them back. So extend one leg or both legs, and then draw back with the inhale. Exhale, extend. Inhale, draw back in. Keep the chest lifted, keep the top of the back lifted. Two more, extending and bending. Final time, extend and hold. Keep lifting. Exhale, release. Extend the arms out to the side. Soften the right knee, and then take that right knee across to the left. Look over the left shoulder, softening through the twist. And then inhale, release that leg all the way back down. Let's draw the left knee in a little bit and then take it across to the right, nice and slowly. Looking over the left shoulder. Noticing how that twist feels. You can keep the left leg extended or soften the knee. Notice the sensation you prefer in the body, so play with this twist a little bit. And then inhale back to center. Release the legs down, interlace the hands over the head, push out through the palms, push out through the right heel, and then the left heel. Release the hands down the side of the body, making your way into relaxation. Arms down, separate the feet mat width. Taking a deep breath in. And out. Moving the head from side to side. Letting go of any tension that may have built up during the practice. And then steadying here in your final resting posture for as long as you can. Staying here for at least 15 breaths. You can stay here for longer than 15 breaths if you have the time. Thank you for joining me for today's flow. Namaste.